I was doing some digging on your websites, and something that was really apparent was how much confidence you continued to bring up, like confidence in cooking skills, but confidence in life skills. What is the value of having confidence in life skills for kids?
That was such a pleasant surprise, to be honest, because I thought I was just teaching kids to cook for like the practical reasons. They'll know how to feed themselves, they'll eat healthier, they can help a little around the house, and that's nice for moms and dads. And then we start working with all these families, right? And people are teaching their kids to cook at age 3, at age 10, and we'd start hearing stories. Like, oh, my kid's so proud of themselves. They just feel so confident now. And I started to realize, like, I was watching it happen. And then later it's been confirmed by, like, a sociologist or a psychologist that I interviewed that, like, we have this one bucket of confidence. And so when your kids are building skills and competency in the kitchen and that raises their confidence, it actually applies to their academics and their social lives and the way they interact with adults. It's amazing. And so, yeah, pretty quickly within a year, I realized, whoa, cooking is more than just food. Like, this is a huge, huge sort of sandbox for teaching kids how to fail, how to really raise those competencies and raise that confidence. I feel like today we look at our stats on anxiety, Ella, and it just breaks my heart. Like, how many I just saw that America has fallen off the list of top 20 happiest countries in the world. And it's because of the kids in their teens and 20s. Their anxiety is so high that they're not reporting a general sense of happiness and well-being. And that's so sad. So, like, there's a bunch of reasons, right? People will pin it on screens, social media, etc. However, we also know that we've kind of gone through this phase of participation medals and trophies for everything. And unfortunately, when we praise everything, the kids feel that now nothing really matters. And when we bubble wrap our kids, when, a lot of parents are very safe and very protective, and we call it helicopter parenting, again, super well intentioned. Like, parents aren't going out to be like, oh, I'm gonna mess up my kid and helicopter parent. They're just like, I want to keep my kids safe. It's my job to keep them alive. But it actually makes kids really anxious when people are doing everything for them. And when they feel like the world is a very scary place because we have to be kept safe, both of those things are kind of like attacking them in the same way. So if you feel like the world is scarier than it actually is, and you feel like you don't really have agency, you don't really have skills to take care of yourself because someone else has always done it for you, you're kind of like wandering about the world feeling really anxious because you have no control. And so we've got to give the kids like these skills and this feeling of like, I can fail, I can burn the biscuits, and it's not a huge deal. I could still make better biscuits the next time. You know what I mean? Like, we want our kids to fail with when the stakes are really low before we hand them the car keys and the fully unlocked iPhone. Because then the stakes are really high and they need to know how to take risks appropriately with things like a chef's knife or a paring knife or, a hot stove before they're taking risks again, like behind the wheel of a car.